Welcome to Disney Villainous,
where the worst takes it all. Welcome back to Disney Villainous, where we're talking about the Grand Vizier.
Jafar, my most trusted advisor.
Great Disney villain. He is close to being number one. And it will be a while till we get to my number one. But he is my number 2 favorite villain. Over Scar. To me, he's pretty much like the human version of Scar. It's just a guy who's lusting for power, wanting to rule. Which, quite frankly, to be honest, the Sultan, I don't know how he's able to rule or have control over a city when he's has no aura. He seems very incompetent. We're going to go into his board. And as I said, the last video introducing him, this is a board that Ravensburger looks at. They're making a new board, a new character, to see if it's made correctly, if it's, is it too hard, is it too easy? Because Jafar is pretty much like the most fair board. This is the one they use to compare to other boards. Jafar is a fun deck, as fun as the character that he is. So before we uncover his board and look at the locations and his deck, we will go to the quote that they have for him, and the quote is,
"Finally, you will bow to me."
We start with his main objective, how to win as Jafar, which is start your turn with the magic lamp at Sultan's Palace and Genie under your control. Now we will go to locations. Agrabah, where it's hot as balls and filled with sand. As you can see here, there's sand in every single location. But we will go with each location, and we'll start off with Sultan's Palace, where you can play a card, activate a card, vanquish, and fate. Then the streets of Agrabah, where you gain 1 power, fate, discard cards, and play a card. Then we go to the Oasis, where you can activate a card, play a card, gain 3 power, and play another card. And lastly, the Cave of Wonders, where you can discard cards, gain 2 power, play a card, and move an ally or item. Now, the best location by far is the Oasis. Not only that you're gaining 3 power, you are playing 2 cards. Obviously, the more you use cards, the more you withdraw, the better. Now, the second best location is the Cave of Wonders, because you gain 2 power and you can discard cards. You can also move an item or ally, which is very important. But as good as the Cave of Wonders is, you're most likely going to go through Oasis and either Sultan's Palace or Streets of Agrabah, which I will say the Streets of Agrabah, because you gain 1 power. And now you're thinking, why am I going to go into those 2 and not the Cave of Wonders? Well, the one problem is it's locked. The Cave of Wonders starts off limits. It is locked. You can't play anything in there. You have to unlock it. And the only way to unlock it is your villain deck. Before we get to how to unlock it, we just gotta look at his minions, his stooges, the people he have control over. And first one is the guy you see in the beginning, Gazim. Then you have not 1, not 2, but 3 palace guards. Then you have Razul, the leader of the guards. And then you have another villain with their trusty bird that they can depend on. Now we'll start off with Gazim. He has 2 power and 2 strength. So kind of weak, but it's fine. And his effect is when Gazim is discarded from your realm, discarded anywhere, whether you discard him or he's discarded by a fate action, by a vanquish action, you may choose an item from your discard pile and put it into your hand. He's very good when it's the late game, so just play him when you can. He only costs 2 power and you need allies there to help fend off heroes. The next one is the Palace Guards. 1 power, 2 strength, does nothing. Like you play as many allies as you need to. There's never anything wrong to playing an ally. Now Razul is where the good stuff happens. It costs 3 power and has 3 strength. The cost to play allies to Razul's location is reduced by 1 power. The great thing is it's played to his location, so you don't have to be where Razul is, just as long as you play your allies where he is. So the Palace Guards will be free, and that way you can stack up to go against a strong hero. And lastly, Iago.
You fool!
So when you use and activate a card, you have to pay 1 power, move Iago and 1 unattached item at his location to an adjacent unlocked location. But that is his allies, Gazim, Patiscard, and Razul. You want to use them for the attack. For Iago, he is your support. He makes things a lot easier for you. You do not use him for Vanquish. You want to keep him on the board as long as you can. Now, the items, you got 3 scimitars, 2 giant hourglass, 1 snake staff, 1 scarab pendant, and the magic lamp. Bring me the lamp! So we start off with the scimitars. 0 power. When scimitar is played, attach it to an ally. That ally gets +1 strength. This is the giant hourglass. Costs 1 power. Once you use the activator card, heroes at this location get -2 strength until the end of your turn. Pretty much, who cares? It's plain and simple. Now, the next one is the snake staff. This trusty staff. It costs 2 power. When you activate a card, you pay 1 power. Put a hypnotize that is in your discard pile into your hand. What is hypnotize? We'll get there when we get to effects. And then you got the scarab pendant. Very important. You are looking for this. I know the magic lamp is very important. The scarab pendant is the most important thing you need to get, because when scarab pendant is played, unlock the Cave of Wonders. This gets open. You got the second best location. Not just that. At the end of each turn, draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. That is one of the best items for that reason. You get to draw until you have 5. Like, 1 extra card makes a huge difference. And then lastly, the magic lamp, which costs 4 power. Magic lamp may only be played to the Cave of Wonders. When magic lamp is played, find Genie and play him to the Cave of Wonders. I know what you're thinking. Can I use it even though Cave of Wonders is locked? No. When a location is locked, nothing can go there unless the card says itself that it can go to a location even if it's locked. So the magic lamp is what you need after the scarab pendant, because the scarab pendant will get things rolling. Next is the effects, where you get to see Jafar's true power. You have 3 necessary sacrifice, 3 scrying, 2 sorcerer's power, 2
A snake am I.
and 2 hypnotize. Now we started with the first one, necessary sacrifice. 0 power, very good. And it says discard an ally or item under your control and gain 3 power. The more power, the better. And that goes well with Gazim, because then you will get an item that was discarded, which could be maybe the magic lamp, could be the pendant, and this also is a combo where if you on Oasis and you have an ally, you could use the scimitar to put on an ally, use necessary sacrifice to get rid of the scimitar to gain 3 power. So with Oasis, you just gain 6 without using a single power. And you can never go wrong with more power, because you don't want to lose because you had the winning play but you didn't have enough power to use it. Next is Scrying, which costs 1 power. Choose either item or ally. Reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal a card of the chosen type. Put that card into your hand, discard the rest. Item. You always declare item because you want that pendant. And once you get the pendant and you have this card, item again, because you want to look for the magic lamp. Then you want to go for ally to look for Iago. If all 3 are already met, just discard it. Sorcerer's power. For 2 power, you may move a hero to any unlocked location. You may move an ally to any locked location. Discard it. A snake MI costs 2 power. Defeat a hero with a strength of 4 or less. Discard it as well. It's only good late game when things get annoying. And lastly, hypnotize. Question marks mean you choose how much power you want to pay. What hypnotize does is defeat a hero and move them to the bottom of your board because you hypnotize them. So that means that hero is under your control and treated as an ally with the same strength. Ignore their ability. The cost to play hypnotize is equal to the hero's strength. So easily, the weaker they are, the less you pay. The stronger they are, the more you have to pay, which is important of why you want to gain so much power. And also with hypnotize, the great thing is it is so much better than vanquishing a hero. Because one, you don't lose an ally for it, or allies. And they don't go to the fate discard pile where they can get reshuffled and get played again. Like they will be in your board, not bothering you, not in your way, and you can go on freely. And that's why the snake staff is very important, because as you can see, there's only 2 hypnotize. So if you use one, you can use the snake staff to get one back into your hand and then use it again, because you need this to reach your main objective. We will go to conditions. Next is manipulation. During their turn, if another player has 3 or more allies in their realm, you may play manipulation. Choose any card from your discard pile and put it into your hand. Discard it. And next, deception. During their turn, if another player has 2 or more items in their realm, you may play deception. Reveal and play the top card of that player's fate deck. So you discard where you should put your heroes. Obviously, Oasis is what you want to cover first. That is his best board. Cable Wonders is another thing you want to cover if it's unlocked. If not, you go for the Streets of Agrabah, because you cover one fate action. So that way they can't fate you every turn, it'll be once every other turn. And then lastly, Sultan's Palace, because then they can only fate you or vanquish that hero, and they can't play a card unless they're able to vanquish that hero. So his board gets a little hard because he only has 3 locations to play with instead of 4.
Okay, now we are talking about the fate decks for Jafar. First thing is our effects. We have 2 Crushing Blow and 2 Narrow Escape, 1 Treachery, 5 effects in total. Crushing Blow says discard an ally with a strength of 3 or less from Jafar's realm. Right there, you're taking out Iago. He's useless. He's stupid. Take out anybody that is standing in your way. So this will help take out heroes as well that they've already been hypnotized by the staff. Next is Narrow Escape. Choose and play a hero from Jafar's fate discard pile. Basically, Abu and Aladdin, you can take those out of the discard pile, and right there, you're screwed. And lastly is Treachery. Jafar loses up to 2 power. Boo-hoo-hoo, he loses 2 power. So next are the heroes, are lower power contenders. Abu, Carpet, Sultan, they are only 2 power on each of them. For Abu, when Abu is played, you may choose any item at his location and attach it to him. Jafar cannot use that item. When Abu is defeated, the item is returned to Jafar at the same location. So Abu, he's a dirty little thief. He is one of the second best cards in Jafar's fate deck. Abu is good because he can steal back the magic lamp and slow down Jafar from his main objective. Next is Carpet, Magic Carpet. Jafar must defeat Carpet before defeating other heroes. He is most useful to play either after Genie, which we'll get to him in a minute. He can also be used to protect other heroes that are being a nuisance to Jafar. Sultan, Palace Guards cannot be used to defeat Sultan. Sultan's a weak card. And now we have our Lady in Waiting, our Princess Jasmine. When Jafar draws cards at the end of each turn, he draws 1 less card. She makes things more difficult. Try and take her out as early as possible. Jasmine's pet and Mana for Dreams, both at a 4. Raja gets +2 strength if Princess Jasmine is in Jafar's realm. He's now going to be a 6 if Princess Jasmine is on the board. Aladdin, when Aladdin is played, you may choose an item at his location and attach it to him. Jafar cannot use the item. When Aladdin is defeated, the item is returned to Jafar at the same location. Aladdin is a stronger version of Abu. The magic lamp should be your main target. The magic lamp is not on the board yet. You can always put the scarab or the snake staff are also acceptable. And lastly, we have 10,000 years. Give you such a crick in the neck. The best comedian to play this role is Genie himself. His card reads, Genie gets +2 strength if Magic Lamp is at his location. We're up to our items. We have 3 wishes, and no wishing for more wishes. We have 3 wishes, 1, 2, 3. When wish is played, attach it to a hero, and that hero would get 2 strength. So for Wish, you want to attach it to Genie. That way, he is more powerful to make Jafar pay more to hypnotize him. This item can be stacked. So if you add this to Genie, it would make him an 8. If you have all 3 wishes on him, he would be a 12.
So as good as the fate cards are to mess up Jafar, there are ways around it. That's where hypnotize just makes things easy. However, you don't get to hypnotize every turn. So the main one is Genie. You need Genie to be on your side to win. That's your main objective. And then the other ones that you want after Genie's been hypnotized is Aladdin and Abu. You do not want them to get on the hero side. You want them to be hypnotized so they can stop stealing the magic lamp. And if need be, if Princess Jasmine's there, get her 2s, while you just have 3 cards in your hand, while your opponent will always have 4 in their hand. But that concludes Jafar, and I actually have him as my 8th favorite board. He made the top 10. I don't have Jafar top 5 because there's just 7 other people are just way easier than him, and also fun. Like Jafar is just fun. He's good to just scheme, and just has good cards to get what he needs quickly. Scrying, you want as much as you can to get the pendant. Just get the items you need. Alright guys, thank you for watching. We just love this game, love how each villains are. And speaking of villains, we'll go to our next one.
The hooks! The hooks!
Captain Hook.